What is this? What? What is this? What is happening? What? What in the Sodom and Gomorrah is this that I'm looking at? Jesus, y'all need Jesus. This is just out of, out of. This is just out of mind right here. My goodness, we reached to this point, huh? Now, do I blame Sweeney? Do I blame Mr. Squash? I blame society. Guys, Vince right here, and welcome back to VinzTalk. I am sore. I am so sore right now. I don't know what just happened. I was literally, it was like this would be the first in 2 or 3 years that I came back to the gym, and it was like a few days ago. Until this day, I'm still sore from that. I don't know what I did. I don't know what's going on. I mean, it was almost half an hour of treadmill, and then, I just did weights off the wazoo. Maybe that was it. But also, my body's still recovering. But let me tell you, sitting down is more of a pain. Thank goodness I don't really have like a job where it involves a lot of physicality in some sense. Unless it's physical of my internet, that's for damn sure. And my internet has been very wonky. Well, thank goodness I don't even do this YouTube thing often. But other than that, yeah, it's hurting. I don't know what's going on. But other than that, what is happening? As I'm sore, I guess I'll talk to you guys. I don't even know what to really necessarily talk about that is very highly important or just like up there as like, oh, this is a topic that I need to talk about and we're going to dwell into it. So, if anything, it could be a short Vince talk. Who knows? But yeah, also, I was doing, I was making tech talks and I really don't understand what's up with the algorithm system in TikTok. Like, just I would upload something, it would do well, and the next thing doesn't do well. And I also just have like zero followers. I might, showcase that. Actually, I might, who knows? It depends on if I'm lazy or not to upload or, put this, making the description or whatever. But man, if you could, that would be nice. Follow me on TikTok. Anyways, let's get into God's glory, God's news right here. There's some stuff that I probably will, there is gonna be a little bit of God's news, or in some cases, something related within, my faith, and sprinkled around of certain segments of this particular video. So, anyways, um, there is a big, huge, revelation going on when it comes to content, specifically adult content. And right now, there's this whole corn ban. If you know, you know. Corn ban. What? They're banning corns? Yep, they're banning corns. They're banning cornification. They're banning pornography everywhere you go. And pretty much, like, I think there is a movement, and at least that's what it looks like. I don't know. I was checking this video from Ruslan, and he was talking about how Trump is going to ban corn or something, specifically a certain type, with that whole, giant Somali case. There was like this, law in Korea where deepfakes corn is very legal. And that's going to be the same impact here in the US. Now, I don't know if they're going to immediately ban every single corn out there. But it's only the certain amount, but it might revel into more and more to make, corn illegal, basically. And for those that don't know, corn is basically, well, in terms of within the Bible, is a sin. And it's against God. And it affects, it's kind of the reason why I lost my sleep. It's the reason why that I'm not happy. It's the reason why, like, there's a lot effects to it. Now, anybody that's into this stuff or into that, listen, it's your life, free will, whatever. But the way I see it, it is going to be a moment in time where I feel like we're in this timeline, especially in Trump in office, where we're starting to see how we're, wanting Americans to get back to work, basically get outside more. And that's what it feels like for the most part. It seems like we are getting back to our roots, where we are basically getting out a little bit more in terms of like, what I've been seeing this year. But with this whole corn ban thing, it's going to be an interesting, like, what's that? Is that going to affect the whole AI chat thing going on, that nice stuff? And also, is it going to affect OnlyFans or certain businesses and that? Is it going to affect, like, let me think. Like, like pretty much there's some aspects of webtoons, and I don't care. Listen, I'm gonna call it webtoon, okay? I know webtoons and webcomics are not inspired by corn in any sense, but there's some that are, and that it will the legislation of censorship like be more serious. Like there's a lot of domino effects if this is going to come to play, because it's not just banning a certain amount of corn. It could literally be like the whole entire industry surrounding it. Like Cornhub could literally be gone, and especially with the amount of legal illegal stuff that they've been facing that I can't say. It seems like you know like just everything is coming to full circle. I don't know, but anyways, other Christian type news. My boy, like there's this YouTube channel. I don't know if I follow him, but I see him skateboard here and there, and I still follow a couple of skateboarders here and there. And Brian Arnett is Christian. I mean, he's still secular in some sense. Also, I did talk about Snoop last time, and apparently he's not Christian. I don't know. Like, I saw this video. I'm like, uh-oh. Like, could it be true? Could this all be like some... But then he made a Christian album. But it's also like, well, hopefully he's knowing the truth, because it's still secular. And there's all this other news of like, Justin Bieber, especially his wife being a witch or something like that. There's proof of that. And how Justin is slowly like deteriorating and almost like having the Ariana Grande effect, except that Justin is not a witch, or in this sense a warlock. He's not into that. I do remember his time when he was like worshiping God and pretty much in his Christian phase, but it just seems like he needs to come back to that, because if you've seen Bieber, especially in the Coachella vids, like he looks like he's dying. He looks like he's dying and he's falling off, and it pretty much is kind of disturbing. And hopefully, he comes back to his senses to come back to Christ. And but it just seems like a lot of these celebrities or and all that people that I follow, or people that I've seen, not necessarily follow like I follow everything they do. I watch every video or listen to every music. No, it's not like that. Okay, I don't even know when's the last album that Snoop Dogg made. Okay, so like, but when it seems like God is speaking to these people. At least I hope so, because right now is beginning to be serious. Like when they say the final days are coming and judgment day is coming, it's beginning to be real. But we're gonna have to wait and see, especially with Justin. He made music that is catered to God and catered to many people that are within the Holy Spirit. But out of nowhere, he falls off, and there's this conspiracy that it could be like his wife or Haley in a sense. And I can almost see that, like almost see that, but I don't know. I don't know what's going out there. But yeah, also I don't know if I talk about Lady Gaga or something, like she's in the news or I saw this video, and this was recently, okay? This is related to this, but also I'm going to talk about that whole SNL disturbing scene that she did. But apparently, like, Lady Gaga was like, doing her job, I guess, being a celebrity. And I don't listen to her. I don't like her music or anything like that. I never actually did like Lady Gaga, now thinking about it. All I know is that, oh, she's famous. That's it. There was a couple of songs that I did enjoy, but other than that, it just seems like yeah, there is this sense of evil through Lady Gaga, the way I'm starting to see, or I'm starting to notice, especially as other Christians talk about Lady Gaga. And yes, of course, she's demonic. I seen that performance in Coachella. That is pretty demonic. That is kind of terrifying. Not in a horror sense, but also terrifying in a spiritual sense. Like, she could be something. Here's the thing. Can artists cannot put people in danger? Like, you're putting people in danger spiritually. Okay? That's still a sense of like, that's no different than like, somebody having like a bottle of piss and just spraying it in like their own audience. Like, here, have a bottle of piss. It doesn't matter if they're fans or not. And the thing is that when you're a fan of somebody and you're like very like idolizing them, it's basically idolizing, like looking at them like they're God or something, which they're not. They're human beings. We physically see them. And like you shouldn't, bow down or like, oh, you're amazing, no matter what they do. The thing is that I'm in a certain boat where even the people that I support, like in terms of people that I can speak to, there's certain YouTube channels that are smaller than me. I'm a fan of them because, they treat me with respect. When I was in their chat, I treat them with respect back, and we joke around, we have a good time. I mentioned some of those, like, especially ones that I collab with. I talk about like TBC, in some sense, Underhill, Tony and Min, and also other YouTube channels that I not only collab with, but I'm also cool with. But also, I pray for them, knowing that they will come to Christ because I wish the best for them. You know what I mean? And people don't wish the best for you when they're into these demonic, like, entities and stuff like that, like Lady Gaga is, and just putting that on her audience. People and artists of any sorts, any sense of media, you don't know what's in, like, the spirit behind those. And I'm speaking this from a Christian sense. I know it's confusing at first, because a good amount of my audience isn't Christian, and it is what it is. I pretty much built this audience through Webtoon, which doesn't really have at all a big audience of within Christianity. But as I speak and as I experience these things, especially during my sleep, when I experience these weird supernatural, entities going on, I start to understand, like, yes, there's spirits behind everything. There's a lot of spirits of a lot of things, and it could damage you, it could affect you, and it could change your perspective in life. And I feel like that's, very important to take into, especially understanding the one, our creator, the one that is going to stop this type of evil out there, or any sorts of evil. You kind of have to trust God through all of that. That's just how that's how life is. That's how it's supposed to be, and that's the only way to get out of it. But when other people are summoning other evils, like Lady Gaga in her music, and especially that SNL skit, even though it's a joke, even though it doesn't matter, it's still evil. It's more demonic than Has Been Hotel. Like, from the looks of it, it's like, what is this? Calling off demons and pretty much summoning. And even though it's supposed to be a joke or whatever, oh my gosh, Vince, it's a joke. Oh, God. No, it's haunting. If you understand how haunted houses are made and how certain things happen, you gotta stop from the cause of it. Imagine you having a tiring day and you just want to go to sleep. I want to go to sleep too. And then out of nowhere you can't, because you hear voices, you feel things, you don't know what it is. And well, guess what? You are haunted by an entity, and you need to come to Christ. That's the only way to do it. I say this as an experience. Okay, and I wouldn't make this up at all. This is real. This is real. There's ways to prove that this is real, and if you know, you know. But a lot of people don't know, and they choose to go like, oh well, whatever, Vince. I'm just gonna listen to later. Well, you have free will. Do you? But understand, a lot of things nowadays have consequences. I don't know what's real or what's not, but a lot of times you gotta have to seek it for yourself and know if it's evil or not, because that's the only way to get really through it at all. I mean, it is what it is. And pretty much, especially there's this one moment where Lady Gaga was kissing this like this, like, like this is how the scene goes. Walking up to her van or limo or whatever, I don't freaking know. But it was a short clip, and someone was in the crowd saying, basically warning Lady Gaga and saying that, oh, you're going to go to hell or something. And Lady Gaga went up to this woman and basically kissed her and told her, like, you're coming with me. And it's like, okay, that's scary. But also, like, why would you do that? And also, like, I don't know, is Lady Gaga a lesbian or something? I wouldn't care. But at the same time, lesbians wouldn't kiss everybody willy-nilly or anything like that. But I saw that. I was like, this either is fake or Lady Gaga is actually just possessed. Like, this is something that I feel like a possessed individual would do. I don't know. But I saw that and I was like, well, there's a part of me where it's not a surprise, but also there's a part of me is like, okay, this is not right. What is happening? I don't know. It was awkward to see, and I was like, gosh, I think I have to rewatch to see like exactly what was the point of that kiss. Can't be kissing randos willy-nilly. especially ones that are warning you, or especially something that you don't like to hear. Like if someone went up to me and said, Vince, you're going to hell. I was like, I don't even know what I would say. I would look at them crazy. Like, are they trying to be funny right now? But also, I would say, well, do you know how to not go to hell? How about you teach me, huh? Huh? And I would listen and see if they're gonna bring up God into this, because you cannot bring up hell if you cannot bring up God, if you cannot bring out the Bible, if you cannot bring out Jesus. You understand that if you're just saying that, maybe you're just trolling, you're just trying to be funny and stuff like that. And you know what, whatever. I don't know why would you do that. I don't know who would come up like a big person like me and be like, you going to hell? It's like, oh, you want to say that again, buddy? Huh? You want to say that again? But you know what, God's within me, and I'm not gonna do anything. But listen, we don't want any trouble here. I just want to know what you're trying to say. But with Lady Gaga's case, apparently kissing and also like telling her like, I'm just like, I wouldn't do that to anybody that's trying to be funny with me. Like, no, hey, you ain't getting no kiss, all right? Trying to repent here, but it's like weird. I'm like, what could this mean? Anyways, yeah, that's what's going on out there. Just tell my Christians, pray for these people that I mentioned, okay? Because it's real. Other than that, let's get into some gaming news. I want to give a last Christian related stuff, but also a mixture within gaming. So we're going to combine both of that for this one particular news. And this is basically surrounding this individual YouTube channel called Gamester81. And he had a sad update. He said something, I forget what his health problems. I'm not sure if it was like, cancer related, or it was definitely health related. But apparently his time is like, and he seems like an old individual. He like almost like the same age as my dad in a sense from looking at him. And I'm like, yeah, that's like, he kind of almost looks like him. But also, he did things in the past, and it's a channel that I never heard of. But then when I look at it, I was like, I wonder if God put this channel or this video in front of me so that I can pray for him, so that I can let everyone know that, what, Jesus is within you and you can be saved, that you'll be okay, that you'll be in, the angel's hands and in Jesus's hands. And pretty much he was going through it. It was emotional to watch, because apparently he did say like, I don't have enough time with me. And he's a YouTube channel that does retro games, and I've been following a lot of retro gaming related stuff here and there. But there's this one individual that from the looks of it, he's serious with Christ. He's serious with the Holy Spirit. And just, hearing him and seeing that he's serious about it, and also like he's scared as well, understandably, when you're in the edge of death and that your time is up. That's scary. And that's why I feel like many people need to have a relationship with God, that you don't know when your time is up. You don't know when your days are over, because if you have Jesus within you, you're going to be okay. You will not worry. And it's not for the sake of just because he's God or something, or just, I feel like there's certain excuses. I don't think there's no excuse. Like, there shouldn't be any excuse when it comes to following Jesus. Like, you got to understand, where do you think you're going to go when you take your last breath? Where do you think you're going to go? I mean, I'm just a random person on the internet, just, that loves Jesus, that appreciates the Bible more than anything, especially back then. But seeing this, it was real. It's like I can see myself through this guy and feel like, he's into retro games. I'm into retro games. And I don't know. Even though I'm younger, I felt his pain. And it was like, it's almost like a message. Like, I think about this and I can almost really see that many people are also going through the same thing, because, I don't know, it's real out there once again. Anyways, gaming stuff. We have entered doors within gaming, so let's get into some gaming. OTK just happened. OTK Game Expo. They announced their indie games and here and there. A lot of indie games. Asmongold, of course, is not there. He quit. He did react to it, which was, of course, I find that funny for some reason. But it's like, yeah, of course, I'll just check his full video of him reacting to these games. And there was a lot of good stuff. there was this one game that was developed by a 7-year-old, believe it or not. Okay, take notes, EA. And it was called Pigeon's Mission. And it looks nice. It was like almost like, I guess, retro Metroidvania inspired in a sense. Very Mega Man-ish. And there was other games that I played. There was a few demos. There was not a lot of demos. I was planning to do demos, live stream through all this, but there was literally like barely any demos. And there were some games that were just returning, like Snacko was returning, and I think there was like Aether. I played the demo of Aether 2, Rivals of the Aether, or something. I think that's how it goes, right? And there was a second one. And I played the demo of it, and I don't understand why it's like, and maybe it's like, oh, this is a launch date for this game to release, maybe. I don't know. And I did heard that Ludwig helped making this game, and he also made a couple of stuff here and there that other people were kind of blown away of. Also, shout out to Bruce Green, and also Ovely, that's her name. I think that's her name. I don't know. I would like to think it's Olivia, but Ovely, okay. Might as well call you Onion. I don't know what, like Ovely. I'm like, that cannot be your name, right? Right? No. But no judgment. I'm sorry. Forgive me. But they did a good job. People were saying like, oh, hosting cringe here. I feel like the jokes landed in a perfect timing, but yes, like they say that to every single skit nowadays with any game direct, like it's cringe. This is not that bad. It's not that bad, okay? Bruce Green tried to do his best. He actually was very, he's experienced. I even met the guy. He was like, he's pretty cool. I remember that one time when I met him at the Kind of Funny Live that I completely forgot his name or something. What an embarrassing moment. My goodness, I hope he doesn't remember that. But also, Avali did good as well, especially with other people helping the skits and whatever. But there was a lot of good games. There was this frog game that was a platform that I played. That was pretty cool. And there was Elbound. I played Elfbound or whatever you may call it. That one was a cool game. I really enjoyed that. And yeah, there was some other stuff. I am planning to make a video of just like talking about more of this or something like that. So keep an eye on that out there, okay? Because there was a lot of good stuff. And also, speaking of expos, time to talk about Gaming Geek Expo, which is this new convention, I believe. I feel like I never heard of this, okay? It's in a place where I don't even know, like, what's around there. Like, what's in Raleigh, Virginia? Or Raleigh, or somewhere in Raleigh. There's a bunch of Raleighs. I don't even know if that's what it's called or how I pronounce that name or what came out of my mouth. Rayleigh's, but Rayleigh's, not the freaking grocery outlet, basically banned a certain YouTuber that, and it was Camelot, okay? The guy that was also like a member of Side Scrollers, and they apparently banned him. And it was like weird because this is from a place that is, like if it was in California or something, they would make like, okay, of course they would ban him because, well, we're liberal. But also, they ban him for something that is just doesn't, it's not worth banning. I feel like, for me, instance, if I was a big deal, Asmongold is a big deal. And say that Asmongold is basically like in San Jose for whatever reason. I don't even know where he lives, okay? I don't know Asmongold like that. But let's say if he wants a trip to Fanime, and Fanime's happening at the same time that he's there. And he's like, oh, let me go to Fanime. FanimeCon, a convention that I've been to 2 times already. And it's a very fun convention. But it's based in San Jose. But also, they're kind of liberal in the way they operate, just like most anime conventions. And imagine, like, Fanime ban Asmongold because he's Asmongold. Because, I don't think you would have good reviews in your convention if that happens. I feel like anybody and anyone can come to your convention as long as they're respectful, as long as they're nice. But because they saw the name Asmongold, I can only imagine that he is immediately banned, even though they never met the guy, they never even seen him, or something like that. And maybe some of them might ban him because they've seen him before, or some might ban him because, well, of his viewpoints. And I'm like, I don't like the idea that we ban people from conventions or places, groceries, banks, or wherever because of their political opinion. There's a lot of people I don't agree in this damn neighborhood. You think I want them out of this damn neighborhood? This is not my neighborhood. I don't give a damn about this neighborhood. I don't give a damn about them. But at the same time, I don't treat them like trash because, well, to be fair, I don't freaking know them. If Asmongold was sitting like 2 houses away from me, you think I give a damn? No, I wouldn't care. And also, I wouldn't know. He could live close to me. I really don't know. He could. I could literally be talking. He could hear me and be like, what is that? Why is that guy saying my name a lot? I don't know. I don't freaking care. But at the same time, these certain convention owners or something like that want good press or whatever, they got a problem about people with different opinions, especially if they're like, a big deal or something like that. And they can disagree. Banning them out of the line. They just want to go to your convention because they want to check it out or whatever. But imagine going to a restaurant and someone doesn't agree with your political opinions because they've seen your face before and they don't like you. And that's enough for them to get kicked out. It would make sense if it was like like if Johnny Somali was trying to go to Fanime, like, okay, yeah. But even though I would be like, it wouldn't matter because, hey, you're trying to make money, right? You're just, like, if he's trying to pay to get in, hey, let him in. And if he acts up, call security. Done deal. But I get it. At the same time, I don't. Because why would Camelot be banned from a small convention that's like not as, like, it's very small. It's not even anywhere in the same level as Anime Expo or PAX or Gamescom or any convention at all. But we have to ban them? That doesn't make sense. That doesn't add up. You know what I mean? Uncool. But other than that, yeah, banning is apparently going on. And also, the Switch launch, just to turn around within the topics, the Switch launch is happening next week. I thought it was soon today. There's people talking about it. I was like, well, okay, why is everyone talking about like this whole Switch? I was like, oh my goodness. I don't watch Geeks and Gamers a lot, but apparently they have like their live stream. They always play Mario Kart 8 whenever they stream, and they literally announced that they're gonna have their last, and they've been always playing Mario Kart 8. I don't follow them, but I know that they play a lot, and I mean a lot of Mario Kart 8, and this could be the last time they're doing that. Interesting. But also, I'm curious, like, is anyone gonna get the Switch 2 or something? Because that's expensive, bro. I want the Switch 2. It's expensive. Okay. But the Switch 2 launch, I'm looking forward to seeing videos of people camping, and it's gonna be like just like what is it, Tears of the Kingdom launch, the Switch 1 launch, the 3DS launch. Who remembers that? That's nuts. But anyways, let's get into some animation news. This is just one animation news, okay? And this is surrounding the new show coming out called, it's coming on Netflix. It's a new animated series or anime, Kpop Demon Hunters. And when I saw this, I was happy because finally, we always have shows in comics and blah, blah, blah with a genre of demon friend. First off, demons are real and they're not your friend. They're not your friend. Cut this out. I'm not saying this as a Christian. I am saying this as a Christian, but also I speak to the ones that aren't. You don't know what you're dealing with. Demons are powerful nowadays. Are you kidding me? Any inch of that right now, you're in trouble. You're in trouble, okay? We gotta stop with this, all demon friendly. Oh, we should, or something like content that is like showcasing, like, oh, demons are friends. Demons can be friends. No, they're not. In this show, I'm hoping to God, even though it's not a Christian-related show, I really hope that the demons are bad, that they're bad people. We gotta get back to demon slaying content. In terms of casting out demons, like any biblical show out there, The Chosen, anyone? But also showcasing that demons are bad because they are bad. They are not your friend. We got to stop this. Since when did we come to the conclusion? Is it a kink or something that I'm not catching? Or is it something that in your mind that you're possessed to actually make that kind of content and saying, oh, demons can be friends? No, they're not. No, they're not. They were never your friend. You are not, like, I'm calling out evil the way I want to call out evil right now. Because it is evil. Demons are evil for obvious reasons. I just don't understand common sense nowadays with these people. I swear the internet has made our common sense literally softer than cheese. Okay? I don't get it. Like, what is up? Like, why are people just like, when it comes to the whole demon thing, they're smooth brain? I'm sorry. Okay? I don't mean to be mean, but it's smooth brain. All right? Like, you're telling me that, like, and I don't think it's like I blame like Has-Been Hotel or something. That was demonic off the jump. Okay? Hell, and showcasing it in a very, I guess, authentic light for the amount of episodes that I've been seeing. But when it comes to any other show that isn't set in hell, but is set on earth, when it comes to demons, they need to be placed as bad people. They're never, ever good. And whatever, do what you want to do. If you want to make a freaking, like, like a show about succubus that is like, nice and, friendly, and you make a pastor look like in the show and portray it as like an evil, like, gunsman, Neo, whatever, do you. But at the same time, that is false. And there is consequences behind that, okay? I'm telling you right now, I know for a fact, deep in my heart, I know that God would not allow that. And also, I feel like, God is ignored. Well, God is ignored a lot of things. I mean, there's a lot of things that I've been seeing that God is like, well, I'm annoyed. I don't blame him, okay? But from what I'm seeing as of right now, we gotta stop with the whole demon friend content. I saw that in Webtoon, and I felt evil. I can feel like this is just wrong. Demons are not your friends. They never were. They are real, and they are evil, and they will take you out. Your peace, your generation, your legacy, everything. Okay? They're not your friends. Okay? People need to understand that, whatever happened to Castlevania, whatever happened to Doom, where they showcase demons are evil for the most obvious reasons. It's hell. They're demons. Angels are good people. Okay? And we showcasing like not all angels are good people and all that. Obviously, because if angels were not, then, well, guess what? They would be demons. Hello? Demons came from angels. Look in the Bible. But in that, I really hope this is a show that is not catered to Christians. But I'm hoping that they do not, they already make the demons look good. And people are choosing the demon boy side, okay? No, I rebuke that. I hope the girls are, they don't show no mercy to these demons. That's what the show is. The show is called Kpop Demon Hunters. The Kpop, yeah, whatever. Demon Hunters, I'm talking about those two words. Demon Hunters. Demon Hunters. They hunt demons. Take them out. Okay? Take them out. KO. No mercy. Plain and simple. Oh, Vince, you're being very mean to the demons. I want to know who is going to say that. Because whoever is saying that, you are possessed. And I rebuke the evil out of you. Okay? Stop this nonsense. Thank you guys for watching. Subscribe, like, comment, all that jazz. Hope God is blessing you. Listen, God's not playing around. Okay? Enough is enough. I'm tired of this. God's tired of this. I'm never first because God's always first. Plain and simple. One love and a peace. God bless.